Bitcoin emergency update. We are likely to see further downside movement based on the technical position. And today also we're going to go into day 15 of the BNB Follow Me. We had a nice trade set up and we're going to see further how we're making money whilst we're shorting the market on the way down. So if you like today's content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you don't know me by now, my name is Jiggy. I'm the award-winning author of The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro, featured in the best-selling book, High Probability Trading Strategies, back in 2008, where I only used to focus on currencies, but now exclusive on cryptocurrency. So let's dive straight in. All right, Bitcoin. Okay, we've had massive movements to the upside. April 2021, big correction, big bullish movement. November, we've been on a downward cycle since. Now, we look like we're coming towards the end of a particular trend, this whole movement to the downside, especially taking weekly momentum into account. If we pop out of this chart, pop into the weekly, I'm just going to look at the momentum. And we said this the other day, the weekly is bullish on the fast look back period and oversold. So this tells us that the major low is likely to be near. However, there's a particular pattern that's unfolding now, which we're going to really zoom into on Bitcoin. I'm going to go really into this recent data just over here, this market, part of the market over here. This. I want to be very aware when we see this, and then what's called an overlap. This has unfolded. When it was unfolding initially, we didn't know if it was going to go like this, and then really, really take off and you have some follow through. We haven't had follow through. In fact, it's flopped back into this range, and that gives us valuable information on the psychological mood of buying and selling behavior. So let's look at a couple of things. One, this to me looks like now that we've got the data, an A, B, C style correction. Why would I lean more towards that? Well, there's a couple of factors. One, the price, if I just change this, let me just change it to black. The price has gone above this wave A, what looked like a wave A, but it's flopped back in. It's traded back into that range. Now, there are different wave counts where it could be a 1, 2, 1, 2, but more often than not, when this occurs, that's a signal of weakness. There's a weakness, and that the sellers still have strength, and that we're probably going to see a lower low being made. And then if we look at the macro, when I say macro, just this whole sequence, what does this now look like to us if this wave ABC is to hold? Well, to me, what this looks like now, which I'm leaning towards, especially taking into consideration the daily momentum, it looks like a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, an ABC of a 4. We're probably going to get one more move to the downside, more than likely. And that's not, it has pros and cons, right? But for the entire market, that's not good, but that is what it is. So we want to be prepared now for one more leg to the downside. What would that look like from a price perspective? Like, what should we anticipate? Well, there's a powerful retracement tool called external retracements, and it's one of the key relationships between a wave 5 and a wave 4. So we're going to use it over here. I'm going to click on this external retracement. We're going to basically measure this beginning of what looks like a highly probable wave 4 to the end of this potential wave 4. And the key ratios that we want are actually 1.618 and 1.272. So it's likely that we're going to see Bitcoin, unfortunately, for the entire market, potentially go into the 25,000 to even the potential 23,000 zone, which is probably going to panic the heck out of the market. But we also want to keep into consideration, because we also just take into account the daily momentum is bearish. So we're talking about 3 to 5 days. 3 to 5 days sideways to down for Bitcoin. So be prepared for that. But then we want to take the macro into account, where we probably are coming towards the end. Like, this is likely to be a big move, a correction, and the end. So even though it's 23,000 is likely to be the end of a major correction, and then we're likely from a technical standpoint going to go on to see a reversal and then a continuation to all-time new highs. Now, obviously, we want to see the price go above here. That's going to be a key pivotal swing high. However, if the market does do this, there's going to be an intermediate swing high, which is this. That would be a good indication for us also if the price goes above here. So that's Bitcoin emergency update. Just be really aware. that is likely we're going to be sideways to down for maybe 3 to 5 days to finish off what looks to be a big part of this correction. And hopefully that makes good sense to you over here. So now let's jump into BNB. Now we've been doing a follow me day by day, every single day. We're on day 15. And by the way, with what you just saw on Bitcoin, and we're going to do this in BNB as well, we use a lot of Elliott wave and Fibonacci, and it's the best tool to read the market psychology. In other words, what's the buying and selling behavior currently, and what is it likely to be 2 steps forward, like tomorrow and the next day, and therefore we can place our trades on that. So everything I'm going to cover, I actually reference in my Fibonacci and Elliott wave masterclass, which is in the description link below, that shows you how to read the 5s, the 3s, why we're seeing what we're seeing with Bitcoin, and what I'm going to show you now with Binance Coin. With BNB, so what we said yesterday, there was another shorting opportunity which we took. Short term, it was short term, but when the information is clear, we want to take advantage of it. We said there's an ABC correction, go short on this point, stop loss up here, so there's very little capital exposure, and then we anticipate the market to unfold like so, right? So it's pretty much happened textbook unfolded. Let's just jump into a live chart. I've taken the data back. I've taken the data back to when we did the last video. There's 4 or 5 more bars. So again, just a reference, we said ABC correction. Again, similar to what we just saw with Bitcoin, right? But on a lower degree time frame. There's ABC correction. And then we said we can go short on this, where this green bar is, with a stop loss up here. These other lines are from our previous short position. And let's just see how it unfolded. And it literally just took off. The next 4 hours took off downside, and this is where we are right now. So we've managed our position. I've actually got risk-free on all the positions, all the open positions. We got stopped out over here, which is a good thing. I'm just going to reference that over here. And how we're going to manage this position now is the daily momentum. If I just quickly show you this, daily momentum, where I keep in the top right-hand corner, is now officially oversold in the sense of the blue line and the red line are in this zone over here. So what that tells us is we want to be hyper aware that we might see a low lasting for a few days. So we now want to look at potentially tightening our stop losses for our position on the 4-hour chart. So now every time the 4-hour chart does a bearish reversal on the momentum, so it might take half a day maybe, for the momentum to go up and then cross over to the downside, I'm going to look for a swing high. We either get stopped out. This is what I'm looking for. We're either going to get stopped out and we're locking some small profits. Either this is going to happen, or we're just going to get further movements to the downside. And if we do, we'll just trail our stop loss on these new swing highs, and we'll give the market space. Now, if Bitcoin does make a further big move to the downside, that could potentially be a stimulus for something like BNB, because that's what we're anticipating. This is what we have been anticipating, is movements to these regions over here with BNB. Is it going to unfold like this? We don't know. But now we're just going to, on our profit-taking position, so we can give the market a bit more space to unfold. And if it unfolds the downside, great, we make more profits. If it doesn't, we get stopped out. We just lock in some risk-free profits and small amount of profits. And then we'll also just readdress the market to see what's the next opportunity with BNB. So that's day number 15 with BNB. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, because this is just on point, right? On point with what we've been doing over the last 15 days. If you want to learn how to read the markets like a pro, take my Fibonacci and Elliott wave masterclass, is in the link. Just follow it. You'll get instant access. And yeah, so it's pretty cool. Pretty cool that we're doing this day by day. Follow me. Let me know how you're finding it, by the way. Let's finish on a quote. I want to repeat yesterday's one. Confucius. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. With trading, a lot of it is about patience and consistency. It's about being patient for knowing when not to trade, when the setup's not highly probable and it's not clear what's likely to occur. We just stand aside. It's like being at the train station. The last train is gone, and most people experience fear of missing out because it's gone. We just go, all right, we be patient, 5 minutes, 1 day, 3 days, another train is going to come. We go, right, momentum, pattern, price, and time. If the 4 coincide, or 3 out of the 4 coincide, and it meets our minimum criteria, then we can enter in. So it's the consistency. So it doesn't matter how slowly we go, as long as we do not stop. But it's not about quantity of trades, it's about quality of trades. Quality of trades. And some of them have done like a 3x, 4x, 1x, in the sense of we risked 3% and we made 6% or 7%. We risked 3% and we made 5%. And it's very early, but the waves haven't taken off. We've been surfing and we're getting these little waves. And we're being patient because one of the waves, 3 out of 10 or 5 out of 10 times, we'll find that we get to ride the big wave. And that's where most of the profits are made. And we've got to be patient for those as well. So we've had a Bitcoin emergency update, and follow me on BNB day number 15. I'll see you tomorrow for day number 16 on the follow me, and we'll see how it's unfolding. All right, have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow.